What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today.
What's cracking, folks? Not too long ago, I put out a video on a Dallas Mavericks perspective on the Luka Anthony Davis trade. And for this video, I'll be doing the opposite. Now, I'll put the link for that Dallas Mavs perspective video in the description of this one if you want to take a look at it. Now, let's get right into this thing. Lifelong Laker fan here, baby. Lifelong. Since the 90s. Yes, indeed. Like anyone else, I was beyond shocked when the news dropped. And I also put my reaction video to the news dropping in the description of this one as well, if you want to take a look at it. Imagine being the Lakers organization, a middle-of-the-road team bunched up in the Western Conference. A few bad games could put you into the playing picture or out of it completely, and you don't want to be on the wrong side of that window. You don't. A team that is talked about and covered more than any team in the league. One reason being that they are the Los Angeles Lakers. And couple that with them having the most divisive and polarizing player in NBA history, LeBron James. And the circus act and drama that comes along with having him as a part of the franchise. You're minding your own business late at night and you get a phone call from the Dallas Mavericks saying, "Give me Anthony Davis for Luka." Now, in a ball-busting, dynamic, surprising trade, you trade away your actual best player in Anthony Davis for arguably the most divisive and polarizing European player to ever play in the NBA, Luka Doncic, who so happens to arguably be the best player in the league and unquestionably a top 3 player in the league, sitting at 25 years old in his prime. Now, in my opinion, for the Lakers, this was a no-brainer. I can promise you there was no process of contemplating this proposal from the Mavs. The Lakers were like, yup, how do we make it work logistically? Outside of that, the only other thing they could have possibly said was, "Are you shitting me? This is a cruel and unusual hoax to be professionals in the NBA." This made all the sense in the world for the Lakers. They knew, they were honest with themselves. The Lakers, as currently constructed with Anthony Davis, were not winning a championship this year. And they know the outlook isn't too favorable in the following years as LeBron and AD age, wear, tear, attrition. And you would expect the wear, tear, and attrition to become more of a prevalent factor with both of these guys, James and AD. See, people like to eat up all this talk from the media, constantly saying that they can win a championship with the roster, then keep those pitchforks high when they start losing, and it becomes LeBron does not have enough help. Make it make sense. That's a video for another day. A video that I have probably put out 1,000,000 times already on this channel. 1,000,000 times. Because that narrative is ongoing for eternity as long as the sky plays. God help us all. Anywho. This is a no-brainer. Yes, Dallas Mavericks, we would gladly give you our 31 going on 32-year-old brittle, frequently injured, aging big man with only a few good years left for arguably the best player in the league in his prime in his mid-20s. Absolutely will do this. Now, the Lakers are set up with a generational talent, future Hall of Famer, future all-time great, to build around for years to come. They will continue to stay relevant logistically and on the court. A player, even with Luka's flaws, still dominates the current NBA. A player who just took the Dallas Mavericks to the finals last season. He already had his taste for finals failure, which is often a checkbox for many soon-to-be champions. Experienced heartbreak after getting so close, and the Larry O'Brien trophy was in your sights. Luka experienced that on the Mavericks' watch. You have the cornerstone for your franchise solidified, fully expecting him to sign a new deal next year to ink him in LA long term. Everyone expects him to. Luka is box office. He's built for LA. Now the future is looking bright. So let's look at the present. Like I said, it didn't matter. They were a middle-of-the-road waddling team, waddling in place. Worst case scenario this season and next season, you stay middle of the road, something they were doomed for inevitably with LeBron and Anthony Davis, in my opinion. However, I expect them to attempt to try to make something happen and see maybe, just maybe, we can capture some lightning in a bottle for Luka and LeBron this season, and maybe together they can be overwhelming enough offensively in the playoffs to bury some teams that may be better constructed. LeBron and Luka collectively have the ability to dynamically sway a series, a playoff series. They do. Especially in this current NBA. And I'll be honest, I have no goddamn clue what this is going to look like. I might have a few ideas, but I don't know for sure. It could be gross and horrible, or it could be brilliant if these guys can learn to come off the ball. But they are so goddamn selfish and ball dominant. At this point, LeBron is stuck in his ways. And while he should be the guy to move off ball, and as much as he claims to take a back seat and give the keys away, he can't do it. He won't do it. However, in LeBron's late age, he has never played with a player as great as Luka. He has never played with a player that is unquestionably, clearly and visibly superior to him, superior to LeBron, and can do everything he can do except better, with the exception of jumping and sprinting and defense. Luka clears him on anything and everything else. That is not up for debate. But that should just go to show you how bad Luka's defense is when LeBron is a better defensive player than you. Because LeBron's defense is largely absent. It's not that he can't, it's that he won't. He doesn't. Rarely getting a response from LeBron during the defensive roll call these days. Actually, the last couple years. So LeBron should definitely take his black ass to a psychiatrist to help him see and understand it's time to let go, and he is unquestionably the Robin on this team. Yes, he has the championships and the career and the accolades, but still, you are now Robin. Share your experiences, be a vocal leader, I guess. Help Luka stay in shape by putting him on Balco too. Oopsie. I wasn't supposed to say that. I mean, helping him with diet and exercise. That's what I meant. And he'll be okay. But back to defense real quick. On a game-to-game basis, the defense is going to suck against the more elite teams in the NBA, I believe. I believe it would take an extremely assertive effort collectively as a team to get the job done defensively, because AD covered up a lot of their blemishes. Defense is largely effort and a wantingness to play and know how to rotate, but players have to buy in. At the same time, we are talking about the current NBA, who's actually playing defense these days aside from a few teams. Commissioner Silver will lead us to believe that defense doesn't matter anymore. Maybe to get you by until you run into one of those teams that do play defense. But even then, sometimes better offense can clear. Sometimes. Anyway, is there anyone who can demand more from Luka as far as staying in shape? If there is anyone that he will listen to, I think LeBron could do that. I think. Ideally, I would like LeBron to leave the franchise and build around Luka. But LeBron is not leaving, folks. The Lakers won't trade him. And if they wanted to, LeBron has a no trade clause in his contract. And I know he will exercise it if he needs to. I'm sure LeBron is looking at this like gold. Maybe I can ride Luka's coattails and skew the stats in my favor through my ego and ball dominance and convince every casual out there that I'm actually the better player. That is something LeBron would do and has done. Luka is great and brilliant enough where you can win games with such shenanigans, but willingly letting Luka be the leader, I think, is the best cultivator for team success. I think this could potentially work. Mainly because both of these guys can facilitate, albeit holding on to the ball for long periods of time, it's frustrating. But if they can come off the ball, I think it could work. But time will tell. Time will tell. Coincidentally, they just played their first game today against the Utah Jazz. I take that with a grain of rice. It is the Utah Jazz. I expected the Lakers to win without LeBron and Luka Doncic. Austin Reeves could have led that team to a victory against the Utah Jazz. And their next game, I believe, is against the Utah Jazz again before the All-Star break. So, give it some time. We'll see. Let me know what you think about it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified. Catch you on the next one. We out, baby.